Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 10.
Lawyer to
I've seen
take us
how
pro
it was
bono or on
handled, and it wasn't
contingency.
handled professionally, that's for sure. It wasn't nothing that I expected.
Nearly 4 months after fire destroyed their home and killed several pets, a northeastern North Dakota family listens to the 911 calls of that day.
As Valley News Team's Joshua Pagero reports, listening to those calls made them more infuriated with what happened that day.
Stephen and Angela Wright say they always believed they'd have their home in Walsh County if their rural fire department had responded to their fire call right away. Now they say that belief is fact.
911, what is your emergency?
It's been 4 months since their frantic call.
Get water! Get water! Hello? Fire, please! 115, where's the police? We're going one side, where's the police? Please come! What's going on?
We obtained the recordings of the 911 calls along with the log of when the calls were made surrounding that November fire in Warsaw.
Yep, I'm sending people out there for you.
They indicated it took firefighters 20 minutes after the initial call to get to the blaze. Angela Wright became emotional as she heard the calls from that day for the first time.
They should have came. No matter what, they should have came when
It's like getting
I was frantic.
It's like
Neighbors also doubt 911, fearing the Wright's home may explode.
This is going to be a total loss. I just don't want anything to blow up.
The Wrights say that firefighters were late and it cost them their home. They say the records, which were only released days ago, prove that.
getting the answers for anything to this day. I mean, it's 4 months later after the fire, just about. And
we're just now hearing about
nothing, not an.
Adding to the problems of that day, Walsh County Dispatch also took calls from Grafton firefighters who couldn't find the house. A state fire marshal's report concluded the cause of the blaze as undetermined. They cited that Stephen Wright had used a wood-burning stove earlier that day, but didn't place the blame on him.
It seems like they're making us to be the bad person. We were in the wrong, our dogs are in the wrong, everything you're in the wrong. So your house burnt, oh well.
The Wright family says even after listening to all the 911 calls that took place on the day they lost their home, they still have more questions than answers, and they hope to get to the truth soon. In Minto, Joshua Pagero, Valley News Live.
Stephen and Angela Wright say they're considering legal action and are looking to hire a lawyer. In the meantime, the two and their kids are staying with relatives. They didn't have insurance on their home. If you need help uncovering an issue in your community, call our whistleblower hotline, 237-6576, and leave your tip. We'll do our best to get to the bottom of it.
If we can get even warmer tomorrow than we did today, it'll be a good Thursday. Let's take a look at what we're facing overnight and tomorrow morning when we head out the door. Hutch?
Well, things pretty quiet tonight, Mike. A little bit of a breeze out there, and it is cold, but not nearly as cold as we've been the last few nights. A few clouds in northern Minnesota. Temperatures there a little milder as a result, but all of the snow holding off to the west and far south of us. So your planner overnight shows the best chance of anything flaky in the weather will be up in northern Minnesota where the clouds linger. You won't get as cold in northern Minnesota as a result, but by morning, many of us close to 5 to 10 below. Wind chills as cold as 25 to 30 below here in the Red River Valley. Keep that in mind as you're bundling up and heading out the door. I'll talk about a warmer day followed up by a return in earnest of winter-like weather. Details in a minute.
Why don't we just cut it in half and go with the warmth?
Let's just talk about that.
All right, thanks.
Yeah.
Crews in Grand Forks worked to put out a small car fire earlier today. It happened at 750 South 43rd Street around 12:30. The Grand Forks Fire Department say crews found a 2000 Buick Regal with smoke and a small engine fire when they arrived. It took about 150 gallons of water to extinguish the fire. The cause is still under investigation.
Fargo police are warning residents of a phone scam where the scammer claims to be calling from Amazon. Police say a woman received a call from a man saying they were shipping an order that she had placed, and if she did not place the order, to call a different number. So the woman called that phone number and got someone on the line claiming they were an Amazon customer service representative. He said the pair of Nike shoes she ordered would be shipped to another country, and if she wanted to cancel, she needed to sign into her computer. The woman asked why he couldn't just cancel the order for her. The scammer became defensive and hung up. Amazon says they would never call about an order. They only send emails. For more information on this scam, head to our website, valleynewslive.com, and click on this story.
It's a late night for Minnesota lawmakers as they debate a series of controversial gun hearings at the Capitol. The new House Democratic majority has made gun violence and these bills a top priority. The Republican-controlled Senate will put up a roadblock. The first bill requires uniform background checks for all gun transfers in Minnesota. The second allows police to temporarily seize the guns of a person who is an immediate danger to himself and others. Tonight's hearing comes hours after the U.S. House passed a bill requiring federal background checks on all gun sales.
It was an explosive day on Capitol Hill as the president's former attorney, Michael Cohen, testified before the House Oversight Committee.
Republicans say Cohen is a known liar and called today's hearings politically motivated. Blaine Alexander has been following the hearing, and she has more from Capitol Hill.
Morning, Michael Cohen capping off an explosive 7 hours of testimony with a message directly to President Trump.
You take responsibility for your own dirty deeds. So to those who support the president and his rhetoric, as I once did, I pray the country doesn't make the same mistakes that I have made.
The man who spent 10 years as the president's attorney and fixer today saying the president knew ahead of time about WikiLeaks' release of hacked Democratic Party emails and that he directed hush money payments made during the 2016 campaign. But Cohen says he does not know of any evidence of collusion between the president and Russia.
I am ashamed because I know what Mr. Trump is. He is a racist. He is a con man, and he is a cheat.
Republicans repeatedly attacking Cohen's credibility, pointing out that he is going to prison, in part, for lying to Congress.
This is the first time in the history of Congress we have someone testifying here who has already been convicted of lying to Congress.
Today's hearing drawing a fiery response from the committee chairman, Democratic Congressman Elijah Cummings, about the state of the country.
We're better than this. We are so much, we really are. As a country, we are so much better than this.
Cohen set to report to prison in May to begin his 3-year sentence.
Tomorrow, Michael Cohen will have his third and final day of testimony. He'll go back behind closed doors before the House Oversight Committee.
A bill allowing minors to sit in the bar areas of restaurants with an adult will be voted on by the North Dakota Senate. The measure already passed the House, and Representative Scott Louser says this wouldn't mandate businesses do this, and it would only be allowed until 10 p.m. The Department of Human Services is against the bill, saying this would encourage a social drinking culture in youth.
If we only have, unhealthy behaviors around them, even if the parents keep, talking about healthy behaviors and talking to them, that's still their environment in the school and the community. And so we really want to look at preventing underage drinking in that multifaceted approach.
They are trying to prevent drinking, underage drinking in the state. I understand that. I don't think this bill promotes that whatsoever. That's between the kids and their families.
Data shows 29% of North Dakota high school kids have consumed alcohol in the last 30 days.
Hooligans in West Fargo has been around for over a decade, and recently that bar has been making some major changes. This previously 21 and older bar has moved down the street to expand and become a family-friendly restaurant and bar. The general manager, Doug Gorton, says the area of West Fargo has really grown over the last 10 to 15 years and become more a family-based area, so it's important to cater to the environment. He says he hopes to serve the entire family, as this is a better fit for the community. The full restaurant's expected to open early next week.
Would you be